Once upon a time, in a cozy little house surrounded by a garden full of sunflowers, lived a girl named Lucy. Lucy had eyes as bright as the morning sun and a laugh that sounded like tiny bells ringing. As a little girl, she was full of wonder and big dreams. She wanted to be an astronaut and dance on the moon, a scientist who could talk to animals, or a painter who could capture the colors of the sunset in a jar. Her parents, who loved her more than all the stars in the sky, always encouraged her. Her room was filled with books about space, drawings of smiling animals, and colorful paintings. Lucy was a happy girl, always eager to learn, kind to everyone she met, and her heart was a treasure chest of hopes and dreams. She loved spending time with her family, playing board games on rainy days, and helping her mom bake cookies that filled the whole house with a sweet, warm scent. Life was simple, beautiful, and full of promise. As Lucy grew older and entered her teenage years, things began to change, slowly at first, like the turning of a page in a long book. She started a new school, and everything felt bigger and a little more confusing. It was there she met a new group of friends. They seemed cool and exciting, always laughing at inside jokes and doing things that felt daring. Lucy, wanting to fit in, started spending all her time with them. At first it was fun. They'd hang out after school, listening to loud music and sharing secrets. But soon, Lucy noticed that these new friends didn't care about school or dreams the way she did. They would often encourage her to skip homework to hang out, telling her that studying was boring and unimportant. They made fun of her love for books and her dreams of becoming a scientist. Slowly, the light in Lucy's eyes began to dim. The girl who once loved reading about stars now found her textbooks gathering dust on her shelf. Her grades, which were once a source of pride, started to slip. She was always tired in class because she'd stay out late with her friends. Her beautiful drawings and paintings were left unfinished. Inside, Lucy felt a growing storm of confusion. She felt lost, as if she were wandering in a thick fog without a map. Sometimes she felt a deep sadness and couldn't understand why. She was scared but didn't know how to talk about it. The happy, confident girl was disappearing, and in her place was a Lucy who felt anxious and alone, even when she was surrounded by her new friends. She missed her old self, but she didn't know how to find her way back. Lucy's parents noticed the change. Their cheerful daughter had become quiet and distant. The family dinners that used to be filled with laughter and stories were now silent. They saw the sadness in her eyes and the report cards that showed she was struggling. They tried to talk to her, asking, "Is everything okay, sweetie? You seem so far away." But Lucy, trapped in her confusion and fear, would just shrug and say, "I'm fine." Her parents knew something was wrong. They didn't get angry. Instead, their hearts filled with worry and a deep desire to help their daughter. They kept trying, leaving her little notes of encouragement, making her favorite meals, and reminding her every day how much they loved her. They wanted her to know that no matter what, they were her safe harbor. One evening, Lucy was sitting alone in her room, looking at an old photograph of herself. It was from a family trip to the beach. In the photo, she was a little girl, building a giant sand castle, her face beaming with pure joy. A tear rolled down her cheek as she looked at the happy girl in the picture. She barely recognized her. She realized how much she had changed, how far she had drifted from the person she wanted to be. She remembered her dreams of exploring space and painting sunsets. In that moment, a powerful thought struck her like a gentle wave. These friends weren't making her happy. They were pulling her down, dimming her light, and leading her into darkness. She understood that she was on a path that led nowhere good, and if she didn't turn back now, she might lose herself completely. The fear was still there, but a new feeling emerged alongside it. A tiny spark of courage. With a deep breath and a heart pounding like a drum, Lucy walked downstairs. Her parents were sitting in the living room, their faces etched with concern. She stood before them, tears streaming down her face, and finally spoke the words she had been holding back for so long. "Mom, Dad," she whispered, her voice trembling, "I'm not okay. I need help." In that moment, all the walls she had built around herself came crashing down. Her parents rushed to her, wrapping her in a warm, loving hug. There was no judgment, no anger, only relief and overwhelming love. They listened as she told them everything about her new friends, the pressure to fit in, and the emptiness she felt inside. They held her tight and said, "We're here for you, Lucy. We will get through this together." Her parents found a wonderful place for her to go, a recovery center that felt more like a cozy, welcoming home than a clinic. It was a safe space where kind and understanding people were ready to help. At first, Lucy was nervous, but she was greeted with warm smiles and gentle words. There, she met counselors who taught her how to understand her feelings and how to find her strength again. She learned new skills, like how to express herself through art therapy, painting her confusion, her sadness, and her hope onto a canvas. She learned how to set boundaries and say no to things that were not good for her. It wasn't easy. Some days were harder than others. Recovery was a journey, not a race. But with every small step, Lucy felt a little stronger. She was surrounded by support, encouragement, and other young people who were on their own journeys of healing. She learned that asking for help was the bravest thing she had ever done. Day by day, the fog in her mind began to clear, and the bright, hopeful Lucy started to reappear. After some time, Lucy returned home, her heart full of renewed hope and strength. The first thing she did was bravely cut ties with the friends who had led her astray. It was difficult, but she knew it was necessary for her well-being. She rediscovered her passions, picking up her paintbrushes and astronomy books again. She reconnected with her old friends, the ones who loved her for who she was and shared her positive outlook on life. School became exciting again, and she worked hard to bring her grades back up. She learned a powerful lesson. True friends lift you up, they don't pull you down. Her family was prouder than ever, not because she was perfect, but because she had faced her challenges with immense courage and had found her way back to the light. Lucy's smile was bright once more, and her future was a blank canvas, ready for her to paint her biggest, most beautiful dreams. If you enjoyed Lucy's story, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more inspiring and educational stories for kids and teens. Thanks for watching.